managers in the wrestling circuit.
Thank you, George. I've got a lot of friends here in Chattanooga, and Universal Wrestling has been using me to referee championship matches, and that's one of the reasons that I'm down here tonight. I'm going to be here tonight at the auditorium to referee the girls' match.
Well, I know anywhere it's a championship match of Universal Championship Wrestling, you are nominated to be the referee in any championship match. I know you'll have a fair shake no matter if it's women, single men, or tag matches. I know you're looking forward to being in there, being an honor to referee a championship match.
Thank you, George.
We'll be back with an interview with the New York Dolls with their manager, Ken Hawk, but first a word from our sponsors. Of manager Ken Hawk to go against Tommy Higgy and popular Mike Jackson. The first main event, a United States Ladies Championship match with Miss Debbie Combs, the champion, to go against Miss Donna Day, the challenger. Special referee for this lady title match, Saul Weingroff. Then we have Tojo, Yamamoto, to go against the world-famous Moondog. Then we have Jim Powell and Rick Thor, the Dirty White Boys, to go against Chief Thundercloud and newcomer Tony Marino. We had Eddie Mansfield to go against the top black match star, Greg Brown. In the opening match, the bounty hunter, David Novak, to go against Jeff Young. That's tonight at the Memorial Auditorium starting at 8:05. Tickets on sale right now at the Memorial Auditorium box office. Right now, I have the honor and the pleasure to bring in manager Ken Hawk and his New York Dolls. And I said the pleasure, and I'm sure the fans know, but what you got here is probably one of the top teams, and not in the area, but the country, and you go at no means and no stops to find championship material.
That's right, George. Let me tell you something. I go all over the world looking for talent, and I've got them. As you know, I had the Samoans. I've always had championship material. Look at these guys. We do the best dressers, we're the best lookers, and we just go anywhere.
Well, I don't know about the best dressers and best lookers. Now, like I said, what I told the fans, I mean, this is no cut, but they killed turkeys for Thanksgiving. They left three on the wild.
Let me tell you something about the fans and you. I don't care nothing about the fans. I don't care nothing about you. When we walk in this auditorium, we are the best. And I'll see the people coming in, want to shake my hands. Oh, Mr. Ken Hawk, Mr. Ken Hawk. We know we're number one.
Well, let me tell you something, Ken Hawk. I give you credit. You go to no stops to find championship teams.
We win.
And you go to New York to find one, and you've got one. Now, I'm sure when you come in this area with your team, they'll realize that this is the New York Dolls, the best.
Let me tell you, we're number one. We're like the Dallas Cowboys. We are gone, man.
Well, you must be the America's team, man.
That's right.
Thank you, Ken Hawk.
That's all I got to say.
Appreciate it, Ken Hawk. Well, you just heard the New York Dolls. They'll be going against Mike Jackson and Tommy Higgy tonight at the Memorial Auditorium. Wrestling area.
Hey, it's good to be back with my people. These are my people out here. I love them all, baby. I love them all. And I'm going to beat these people around here, these so-called wrestlers. I'm going to show you some wrestling, baby. I didn't even get warmed up yet today, don't you understand? But I'm going to be coming at you with all I got. That's more than the other can have.
Well, we're glad to have you at Universal Championship Wrestling. I know you'll take single matches, tag matches, and whoever gets in the ring, Crazy Luke, they know they got their work cut out for them.
I was in New York, Madison Square Garden, Cow Palace, Tokyo, Japan. I've been all over the world, but I'm home now, Daddy. Can you dig it?
Thank you, Crazy Luke. That's Crazy Luke Graham back at Universal Championship Wrestling. Is affected by Mike Jackson, Tommy Higgy.
Well, George Jackson, Mike Jackson, Tommy Higgy, I think, is an outstanding young team. They're going places. Mike Jackson is outstanding. And I'm glad we're bringing Bobby Eaton back. A lot of you fans know Bobby Eaton. Bobby Eaton is an outstanding wrestler. We got the Angel back here again tonight. We got Crazy Luke Graham.
Well, let's go over the card again. The main event is a return revenge tag battle. Winner take all, no holds barred. Mike Jackson and Tommy Higgy to wear protective headgear, and this is the headgear that both will be wearing when they go against the New York Dolls of manager Ken Hawk. Then we see the return of Crazy Luke Graham to go against the Dirty White Boy Jim Powell, Tojo, Yamamoto to go against the Angel, then the Flame, a devastating masked man, to go against the return of the popular Bobby Eaton, Tony Marino to go against Randy Barber, and Jeff Young against Johnny Starr. 8:30 starting time. Tickets on sale right now at the Auditorium box office. We'll be right back, but here's a word from one of our sponsors, Universal Wrestling. wrestling team in the country in that squared circle will run for their money, and I'm going to tell you something, Tojo. Being on Universal Championship Wrestling, you and Tony Marino can really hit it off as a team. This is the Major League of Wrestling. Anytime they see you two on the program, they should come out and see a great tag team in you two.
Well, George, like I told you a long time before, I'm very glad to be back Chattanooga and see all my fans again. I'm very glad that you are taking over the promotion after your father's footstep, because your dad, I respect your dad, and he's a legend of all these all-time promoter. And I'm very glad to be back. And I found Tony Marino, and he's one hell of a fighter. And I tell you what, I don't care. The New York Dolls, or what I call the New York Dolls, the three international gangsters. So Jimmy Pauls, whoever they got, me and Tony Marino is ready.
Tony, I'm going to tell you something. No matter if it's Chattanooga, Huntsville, Murfreesboro, Cleveland, Tennessee, anywhere in Georgia, anywhere in Tennessee, no matter where you're at, you couldn't ask for a better partner than Tojo Yamamoto. And what I noticed in this ring, on this program, you have really come around the past couple of years. You've got a man in that corner to really teach you everything else. And with you two, it's a combination with the speed in you, if you have, and the knowledge and the savvy Tojo has in that ring, I don't see why you may become Universal Championship Tag Champions when we do have a tournament very soon for the tag titles somewhere in this area.
Just all the fans, come on out. Tojo's helping me along a whole lot. And from New York City, we're here. We're going to beat everybody.
Tell them what kind of feel I fed you. The vicious
gunpowder.
That's right. That's right. That's how you make them.
Tojo, you fed a lot of these wrestlers gunpowder, because I tell you what, they're going to listen to you.
I made you swallow a lot of these gunpowder. That's why you.
And you've hit me on the back of a bamboo stick, too, I'll tell you that much.
Don't forget something I want to say about Tojo. Don't forget, you and Bobby Eaton wrestled this man many a time.
Oh, Mr. Gulas, please don't say nothing.
That was back several years ago. I remember that. This man has been wrestling for me going on now for 16 years.
And anytime I've been in that ring, in that squared circle, the toughest opponent has been Tojo. But right now, that's in the past.
He's rated one of the top men in the country. I don't care if you take him to Madison Square Garden, take him to Atlanta, Georgia, take him to Birmingham. There's nobody can compete with Tojo Yamamoto.
I'm your friend, Mr. Gulas. No more enemies. I'm your friend.
I know you're my friend, Tojo, but I wanted the fans to know that at one time you did wrestle Tojo, George, and Bobby Eaton.
Well, I didn't like you because you always wanted to get a good try to beat me.
No, you tried to get me on my money, did you?
No. Because I never did somebody in the morning, Mr. Nicholas.
You always nothing starts here.
No.
You always the manager.
I'm glad we're out here, Tony.
Tony, I want to say something about you. You've come a long ways in the last 3 years.
Thank you very much.
I remember when I first started you out about 5 years ago, and you've developed one heck of a good wrestler in the last 2 years, and you got to give Tojo a lot of credit because he taught you a lot of things.
I fed him gunpowder.
Yeah, you fed a lot of them gunpowder. I guarantee that. You almost fed me some gunpowder.
No, Mr. Good.
Yeah.
No, I respect you very much.
I know, Tojo. You know if you know much gunpowder, huh?
No.
Okay. Anyway, you guys, y'all are a great team, and I'm glad to see y'all get hooked up together.
Thank you very much.
We want a match with what I call New York. They call themselves the New York Dolls. I call them the three international gangsters.
I help George, but I'm not the.
Well, Tojo, your time's coming. You'll have your chance in that ring. Because I know one.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tojo. Tony, appreciate it.
Tony, glad to see you. I'm glad to see you.
We'd like to mention one thing to the television audience, that sometime in the near future on Universal Championship Wrestling, the Major League of Wrestling, we will have a tournament to decide the Universal Tag Team Champions. And that'll be coming up very soon, a UWA Tag Title Tournament. I know a lot of teams will be battling for that, especially Tojo, Marino, the New York Dolls, and others. So anytime you see the emblem of Universal Championship Wrestling, you're seeing the very best. And no matter where it's at, you come out and enjoy the finest wrestling and professional wrestling. And I know if the wrestlers we've got coming in and the ones we've got now, you're going to see Universal Wrestling Association, one of the tops in the country.
We're going to bring Bill Dundee back here, too, George.
Right, Bill Dundee?
We got Bill Dundee, we got Jerry Lawler, and a lot of others coming in here. And we may bring in Terry Taylor.
Well, like I said, we've got a lot of good wrestlers coming in, and the fans need to watch for UWA. That's UWA, the Major League of Professional Wrestling. Anytime in your area, come out and witness the finest of professional wrestling. We hope you enjoyed the program. We hope you join us next time for Universal Championship Wrestling. For George Gulas, I wish you a very pleasant good afternoon or evening, and see you next time on Universal Championship Wrestling.